So good afternoon, all of you. Welcome to this international workshop on artificial intelligence and understanding machine learning in industries. So let's start with the minute of silent prayer. Please go below your heads. Thank you. So now I call upon Dr. Lemvin so to address the welcome gathering.
No, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome our guest speaker here, and to our online participants. I would like to welcome you also for this event's seminar workshop on artificial intelligence, and to our head of school of IT, Mr. Jobin Scaria, and to our lecturers here and dear students. I would like to welcome you all for this special event about artificial intelligence, that hoping that you would learn something from our guest lectures. And we have a lot of guest speakers this afternoon that will share the expertise in artificial intelligence. With that note, just relax, sit back, and try to take down notes for those important things that could give you some points about artificial intelligence. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Dr. Len. So now I call upon our HOS to give the momentum to the chief guest. So now I hand over the session to the lead speaker, Mr. Ramesh. Take over the session.
Thank you all. Good afternoon to everyone. And the face is looking so serious. I'm not going to give you something serious topic, just to understand things, how industries work. Like whatever you learn here, that's what we're going to interact with the industries. Industry people, like some of my colleagues also, they're online. So they will be conducting the session after this. So let's start this. I would like to thank, first of all, the college for inviting me. HODs, Deeban, Sujita, everyone who did this great effort to organize this event. And okay, let's start the conference. So first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Ramesh Naraj, working for Telecom Limited, and almost now 8 years now. Almost I'm also a Papua New Guinean here. So, and prior to this, I worked with British Telecom, and before that, I worked with Saudi Telecom. So almost 13 to 14 years of industry experience I'm having here. So I would like to share my experience in the AI so that it would benefit you guys and accelerate your career when you go into the industries. Okay. So before going into this, it might be too much technical for you guys. Like we can have some sort of interactive session. Like I can't go just like that and explain what all these things. So I would like to have some sort of question and answer session so that we will see like how we stand in between this session. So let's go first. These are the things we're going to cover, like what is the machine learning and AI and how it has been, what you are studying. That's what research means here, like what you're studying and how it looks in the industry. It can be anything, right? What you're studying in the books, it's not going to be exactly same be applied in the industries. It will going to be completely different. So that's the second thing we're going to see. The third one is we do some sort of exercise, understand how it is differing in the industries. And then the last, fourth and fifth, what we see is what is the ML system. Like could be in the software, we see a lot of other systems, right? How it going to be differ this ML, the machine learning. And then the last one we're going to see is what are the myths we are studying. Like whenever we open the books, we read some myths, right? Oh, means this is what going to happen. Means this is what going to occur. So that's what we're going to break and see what's actually in the industries. Okay. So with this, we can start the session. So before going into the machine learning and actually the data science, can we just have a understanding like what is data engineering and what is data science? Can someone give me an answer? What is actually data engineering and what is data science? Any guess? Guys, you're looking so serious, everyone. Someone try to answer. It's not necessarily you need to be right or wrong. So it's a simple concept, like data is there, right? Data engineering and then data science. We have both the things on the both end. Like try to guess what is the difference between these two. So this is where it makes you a special leader. Like you do a data engineering, that's where it starts. If you see this pyramid, this is all where the data engineering, like this one everyone can do. Like you go into the system, you go and clean the data, you build the ETL pipeline, you do everything. That's what data engineering is. At the end of the day, data science is something like special. Very few people sit on the top. Like that is a person like us who decides the company, the CEO, do this, do that. This is going to be right. This is going to be wrong. This is going to screw your company. This is not going to do. Something you giving a high level hierarchy, like topmost thing you're going to give to your company. That is where the data science stands. So that is where we're going to discuss about this. What is this machine learning and what is data science? You didn't believe that in the industry, current trend, highest paid is data science, the data scientist only. Almost more than in certain companies, they pay more than what CEO pays. Because they are the one who evaluates the paper. You write an exam, company is there, you write an exam, everything you do, end of the day, who evaluates your paper? In a college, let's say a lecturer evaluates, and then he differentiates, say like you are A grade and you are B grade and you are C grade. That's exactly the data scientists do. Like the company performs, and then the data scientist who analyzes the data, he will lecture the company saying that this area you're weak, this area you're having problem, this area you need to address these things. Like he is the one going to deliver your company performance. Okay. Is it serious? Okay. You guys can stop and ask me anything, like if I'm too much technical or I need to drag it down slow, just stop me anywhere. Doesn't look like you doesn't want to be any data scientist. I don't see any data scientists here. So everyone looking so serious. It's not a scientist work. Actually, term says data scientist. That means like you're refining the data. You take a millions of records and records and records, and then top of that, you will be saying yes or no. That's it. Here sits a billions, millions, trillions data here. You will build your algorithms, you build your logic, and top of that, the data scientist, the person who is on the top will say yes or no. I'm going to launch this product. Is it going to be on the market or no? Is it going to be hit? Say yes or no. That's what my CEO asked me. He just calls me, this is the promotion we're going to do. Can we do this or no? That's it. I'm not going to give a big lecture saying, oh, this is what this product did wrong and this product didn't work. Doesn't matter. You need to say yes or no. That's it. I think that should give you enough rough idea what's about the machine learning and AI itself. Okay. So how a ML design a system, I mean, how a ML design is going to happen, like there will be interfaces, there will be algorithms, there will be, of course, the data, and then the infrastructure. End of the day, everything is ready, you will be having a hardware. So that's how a design will be. The typical design for ML will look like. So how your requirement, that's important. Any ML model will have the same flow. Interface, algorithms, data, infrastructure. But end of the day, what is the requirement? That decides your output. So your requirement need to be reliable, scalable, and it need to be maintainable and also adaptable. Like you can't make a design, ML design, and just leave it like that. It need to be reliable. You need to be doing versions. Those things we will discuss later. So requirements is the key thing. So this is the diagram. This is what we're going to learn today. So this is what I said, the interface, the data, ML, and then infrastructure and hardware. This is where our part sits in between. Like you write your algorithms, you write your data, and then the interface could be anything. Could be like web interface, or it could be a FTP or XML, any interface. So this is what you're going to do. Like, yeah, interface the data and you write your algorithm and then display it on the top. So here, this is what we're going to see in this topic. Actually, what's going to be in real world. That's what I was explaining in the first slide itself. Like how it's going to be in real world, like how your ML algorithms going to look, and then you're going to how it's going to be build your software, hardware businesses, and then you're going to iterate the ML system. Like you scale it between like how it's going to be effective, like between 1 to 10, how you're going to be measure your ML model. Is it going to be like 10 times in a day you're going to revise it, or then maybe a million times? Like it could be like any number of times. And then last we're going to see is the challenges and the solutions. Like here, first 2 steps, you will be building it and then you will be deploying it. And the last step is how you're going to maintain it. That's what the important challenge here. So this is not, we are going to learn how to build a machine or robot. Simple thing. The next one. Something we're going to build this is what we're going to do. We're not going to build a robot or something, like make a small thing like interactive mobile, which could be effective. You can build even the robot or even AI or something like aeronautical space, anything. But end of the day, if you design a product like this effectively, that is more than enough actually. So these are the prerequisites, like you're going to be a data scientist, you're going to be a data engineer. What are the basic things you need? Just basic principle of computer science, like how the computer science logic occurs, like how is the logic, the flow, you know, like better than me actually in that area. So that skills you need, and then you need to understand the algorithms. Like algorithms is the main thing here, like how it's going to work, or the flow, like A to B or A to C, like what is the algorithm flow. So those things you need to know. And then you need to be familiar with at least a framework, because you're designing everything. End of the day, you need to put it in a framework, right? Like it need to be somewhere like presentable so that you will be able to give it to your management. And then the last one is the probability actually. Probability is the main thing actually. Like you need to predict it. Like end of the day, you go book some sites and things, do some things. We need to predict it. How Ramesh is going to behave, how he is going to behave, how she is going to behave. Like you need to be probability, do the probability, and then predict what's going to happen. That is the key thing, key success for these projects. And then you will see one interesting statistics. Like this is what I was speaking about AI, how it looks in the industry. It's interesting statistics you can see here. Like this axis show you how much billion impact is making in the industry. And this is how much percentage impact is making. You can't say a single industry. Let's put anything here, it will be here. Any industry, like starting from medical science all the way up to the transport and logistics. Everywhere they use AI. You guys study everything, end of the day, definitely you'll be fitting somewhere in this industry. So you can see the impact here. The least impact you see is the medical science. And then the most effective impact is the retail. No one can touch there. Because you go online, you take a phone, you click something, everything is AI is deciding. I was booking some ticket like last month, like I was checking the price. After a day, I'm checking the price is different. They're forcing me to buy the higher price. I go and buy some TV, something. I was checking the TV, and then suddenly I'm opening some other phone in my daughter's phone. It's coming there, like saying that, why don't you check this TV? Something like that's what the retail. It's making a big impact. It's all about the ML model. You design a model, make sure it goes to every door, every person, every phone. Whoever sitting in here, we are discussing about AI thing. You go now, somewhere you log in, you'll be getting some courses related to that. That is the beauty of AI. You just interrupt the data, you get the input from the customer, somehow you put it somewhere here. Any industry, take any industry, banking, medicals, oil and gas, chemicals, even the agriculture. Agriculture field also need the AI. Interesting, right? You can see the healthcare system and you can see the public and social sector, every industry, you can fit it here. There is no industry, no area you can avoid AI. You need to have that. You need to grow the business, you need to be expertise in that. You need to have a dedicated team to do that. That's how you can be a successful. That's the prediction actually made by these stats I just took from Global Institute of Analytics. There, the link is there, I will share you. So you can go in detail and see that what is actually the survey they did. The prediction 2030 is 13 trillion USD is going to be predicted. You're in AI field, I'm saying. Actually, not only the CS background, non-CS background also can be hired. That's what actually I'm putting it here. Some of them can be from non-CS background. So there is a lot of wanted here, this field. So as I discussed here, let's put it out and see on a table what you guys study and then how it looks in the industry. This could be interesting for you. The first one is the objectives. Like say your staff is giving some project. Let's say some XYZ project. Students go on to this project. So first thing is you will have some objective, right? What your objective will be? Anyone? Someone? Someone? They're giving you a project. What's your objective? You need output, right? You just need output. That's it. You don't care about anything, right? Just I want to go and finish the output. I just want this program to be executed. This project need to be completed. That's going to be your worst case objective, I'm saying. Best case can be like, could be a best program, a best output. I'm going to put it in the forum. Someone going to buy this project. That could be the best case. Worst case will be, I need to finish this project on the time and submit it to my HOD. That's it. But that's not the case in the production. Like you will have different stakeholders. Starting from the first person working in the team until the CEO, he will be reviewing. Every single team will be reviewing the output. What is going to be in this project? What is that going to be in this output? So every phase there will be review. So you guys need to prepare for that. That's the session actually we arrange for this. Like think in that way. Like when you get a project in this college or some other place, like you go for a training or something you're doing, your objective will be completely different. That you need to understand. Sorry. So we are clear with the objectives, right? Like think in a way, I mean, this session is not in a way like I'm not going to teach you. It's just going to giving you a warm up sort of thing. Tomorrow, definitely you're going to be in some industry, right? You could be in telecom, I showed you, right? You could be in any industry. Like whatever project you do, objective need to going forward now, think in a way that the objectives need to be met with different people. Like you need to accept that reviews. Someone saying that, oh, this need to be revisited, this need to be fixed, this need to be in this way. Someone suggesting, putting some solution, you need to be in the sense to accept it. Okay. Next. So this is what I said, like, this is where you start. Like, let's say this is your ML team, like machine learning, this is your data science team is sitting there. You need to be highest accuracy. Then what happens? The sales team, they will be going and putting more ads based on your inputs, based on your algorithms. They will create the ad. And then what happened next? Your product sells faster. So what will happen is, it's not only in your college, if you see, this is the only part will be visible. When you go to the industry, these areas are not visible for you. So that's what I was explaining. Like, first, the sales team need to review. The sales people will be saying, how is my algorithm? Your algorithm is working or not? Just prove me. That's where they will ask. Prove me how you're right. And then your product team will ask, because the product team will design the product based on your input, right? Say like you like one product, she will like another product, and he will like some other product. So your product team will give you input. And then if everything goes well, you will maximize your profit. The manager, the CEO, the management, everyone will be happy. So this will be your flow. The second thing is the computational priority. So this is something ML team is going to discuss. I mean, our team we are going to design, we are going to input the program. So this is the one, what will happen in the research, I mean, the colleges, it will be very fast. You will never worry about the output. I mean, you put in some data, maybe worst case, I can say like, $60,000 records. But in the production, you will not believe, my system where I have, actually, I deal with the billions of data in a day. Billions of data, imagine. In your algorithm, you put these things in the industry, imagine it will crash in a second. So you need to be mentally prepared for the computational priority. That's what the interface I'm going to say. You need to have a low latency. Okay. So this is a live case what happened for Google. In 2009, there was actually 100 milliseconds to 400 milliseconds. I'm talking about milliseconds, not seconds. It went up from 100 to 400 milliseconds. See the impact there, 0.2 to 0.6%. How bigger impact is that? And the same thing happened for Booking.com. They increased that latency by 30%, and then see the impact. Conversion rate went down by 0.5%. Could be a small percentage for us to looking into it, but actually, if you see in their portfolio, it will be a big impact. So let's say, like, see this thing like move. It could be for us if we think it's a leaf. To move a leaf, that's the technical term we call as a throughput. You're trying to move a leaf, like you need to have your latency need to be perfect, need to work all the time. See, this is what actually in the real time, as slow as latency you have, your throughput, your output will be best. But actually, it will not happen always, right? In this country, Papua New Guinea, it's okay. When you go to the bigger country where higher population, let's say India, or go Philippines, or even go China, where the population is huge, where you go open a site, it will just like that crash it, because it cannot handle the throughput. Like lot of hits, lot of queries per second will come. So in that case, what is the best suggested thing? What we practice is the batched one. Like we group it and we batch it based on the area, based on the population. So when you batch it, your throughput will remain high. So it doesn't matter, just go back. So it doesn't matter how good your ML model. You could be the best coder, you could be the best writer, like it could be your best programmer, you could be anywhere best person in the world, but still your latency is not good. That's it, finished. And then the third thing is the data. This is the important thing. Like when you're doing the research, when you're doing your projects, the data will be static, right? You will take some data, put it in the system, that's it. You're not going to change it unless there is an algorithm changes is required. That's how you will be changing it, right? Unless and until there is a requirement, you will not change the data. It will be fixed. But in the production, if you see, it's constantly changing. Every day, every second, every minute, even every millisecond, it will be changing. The data will be completely volatile. So you need to prepare for that mindset. Like here you do a project, you put in something, constant thing. But you go to the industry, it's completely different. Millions of data, trillions of data, the same millions of data will be in different format next day. That's the hard truth to believe actually. Exactly millions of data will come in different format. So let's see this, compare it in the tabular form. Like here in the college, you see it's a clean data, the data is static, and then mostly you will have only historical data. That's the important thing. Always what you will do is, whenever you're doing a project, you will take historic data. Like what happened in the past, you will take the data and you will put it in the system. But that's not going to happen in the industries. The data going to be messy. I told you, right? It could be, the data will be all over the place. You didn't believe, people spend a lot of time in cleaning the data. Lot of time. It will be so much mess. You cannot even imagine that much mess in the data. You need to spend a lot of time to clean the data. And then constantly shifting. Keeps on changes. You will clean the data, you will go for a break, take a coffee and come back. Completely, you will be sitting on a different data. And then again, you need to rework it. And then the main thing is, the last two things, a very, very key thing. Bias in the privacy. You heard about the story, what happened, what is that? Facebook or Google, I'm not sure. Facebook, I think. They were supporting Trump, right? They were biased with some political thing. So that is where the key thing. Whenever you write ML, you need to make sure your algorithm works globally. Shouldn't support any political party. It shouldn't support any organization. It need to be standalone. As second thing, latestly Google also faced, I think, Sundar Pichai, they were questioning him, they put him on the court and they were questioning a lot of things, like why we feel like you supported the election. So those things are very critical in for industries. Those things that you will not cover here. So you need to prepare in that way. You need to have that in mind, like the data need to be clean and then biased and then privacy with regular concerns. Those things and all we need to follow. So these two things will be missing. Okay. So I told you right some time ago now, 80%, almost 80% of your time will go in cleaning the data. Imagine your manager gives you a day, like 1 week to finish the project. Like you will be spending 6 to 7 days in cleaning the data. Then you write your algorithms. So that's not the right way actually, but when you're joining a company, it can be possibility there where you go and clean the data. But the point I'm trying to say here is, once you are being continuously working in the company, you should have an habit other way. 80% you need to spend in the writing algorithms, models, those things. 20% only you need to spend in the cleaning the data. So this is the one guys need to keep in mind always. And then the last one is the fairness. That's what I already told you. Fairness is, in the college you would say good to have, but you will not have that case itself. When you're writing a code or program, you will not face this concern itself, fairness. But in industry, definitely important. Definitely. Because country changes, right? Today someone is running the country. Tomorrow someone else can come. And then they can say like, why don't you change your company things so that it supports my party. Make me to win. Make me to do this. It could be like college. You could be approached by, let's say medical industry. You could be approached by some political party. Anyone can approach you. Your algorithms need to be fair. You can't run a program based on the gender or based on a political party or based on the color, based on the race. It need to be standalone. So this is one of the scenario actually. There was a study in Berkeley where they found they rejected a total of 1.3 billion credit-worthy Black and Latino applicants. This is actually hard thing to believe actually, but it happened because the ML model was designed like that. Whenever you fill the application, you remember, right? There will be a column select your race. That's how they selected, almost rejected 1.3 billion. It's an interesting stat actually. So this is what actually I want to mention it. Like we need to be fairness. We need to be very much straightforward. Like after they eradicating it, then it became completely upside down. 2008 to 2015, almost 1.3 billion application was rejected because of the race. And then the interpretability. This is another important thing, like how you interpret it. Because let's say interpretability. Let's go to the next slide. You will understand. there is a scenario like, let's say someone is having cancer. Okay, you go to the hospital, you go to the reception, they're saying, give you two options. They'll say like, I have an AA surgeon who can be 90% efficient. Okay, observe closely. I have an AA surgeon who is 90% efficient. On the other hand, 80% efficient, but an actual doctor. Who do you prefer? AA surgeon will say like, I will not explain what I'm going to do, but I will cure you. But another way, there is a doctor says, I will cure you 80%, but I will give you the prescription, I will give you the process. So it's our interpretability, who we are going to decide. That's what the last point is about. The interpretability, how it's going to be efficient, how it's going to be working. So these are I think these 5 main things. So definitely if you're having this in the mind, definitely everyone can succeed easily. Just have this in the mind, these 5 principles. It will definitely work in any industry. We can apply this in any industry, it will definitely work. So let's go into the system now. So we understood what all the challenges we need to follow, what all you are in university, what all things we faced and how it's going to be looking in the industry. So those things we learned. Now we're going to see how a ML system and the traditional software. Traditional software is something like usually existing, right? Like when you write a Java program or C#, like what all the software programs you write, how the traditional software looks and how our ML system looks. There are some small differences. So I will go through that now. So traditional software, how it looks like, it's actually standalone. Your code will be looking standalone. You will be writing your data on top of that. Always your software will be on this one side and then your data will be on the other side. So there is no direct thing like you need to keep it separate. That's what the traditional software will look like. Next. So the ML system, this is the interesting thing. What is the main thing here in the ML system is you need to keep it compact. Your code and data works together. That is the key thing you need to keep in the mind. Your code and the data need to work together. It's like a railway track. Both the track, one side is code, another side is your algorithm. It need to work together. That's how it will work. Like you can't keep my code, okay, I will just change the data, it doesn't matter. You need to version your data. That's going to be harder part. In your industries, it's going to be, as I already explained, right? It's a millions of data. You can't version millions of data, right? When you're doing in the colleges, it's easy to version the data. Like say, like you have in a file as a 10 records, you can version it easily, copy paste, and then just rename it. But in industry, it's not going to work. It's going to be in terabytes of data. How are you going to version it? That's the main challenge you're going to be face. So that's what I said, like version. How are you going to version it? Either it can be merge the data. Like every time you can copy it, right? Sometimes like if you're having terabytes of data, sometimes you can merge it actually. Instead of versioning, like you can move the data. Merge in sense like you can move the data, but just rename it. That way you can maintain it. And then the main thing is testing actually. Testing thing is the biggest challenge we will be facing it. Testing in sense like it could be anything like how the data is it useful or correct, or does it meet with my assumptions? That's what we're going to see. And then the third thing, like how the data distribution has changed it, because the data distribution change every time, right? Every now and then the data changes here and there. So how are you going to test it? Because you're testing now at like, let's say like 240, you're testing it, and then let's make a test, you take a break and then come back, the test will fail again. Because the data is not the same, right? You're expecting apple, when you come back, it could be orange. So you need to change your test cases. So the data will be volatile. So that's the biggest challenge you're going to have while testing the data. So this is another important thing actually, data poisoning. This is very, very interesting thing, because you will very rarely see this data poisoning. Like data poisoning in sense like, how can we say data poisoning is? Like see the first image, the same person wearing same glasses, but in different position. Okay, but data is get poised because it thinks two different person. See the second image where the same person, different person, but wearing different glasses, but still my algorithm work. Even I'm using a wrong key. Let's say like I say the glass is my key. The transparent power glass is my key, I decide. But if you see, I have different glasses, but it still fails. I mean, still it passes. So our algorithm need to be in this way. The facial position is important. When you just move the face like this, tilt it, it fails. Okay, so this is data poisoning actually. So these things we need to consider definitely. Next. So the last one is the challenges. I already told, right? Too big to fit on a device. Like you can't carry the data too much. Whenever some problem, you can't like how you do in the colleges. Give me borrow my hard disk. You cannot carry. It will be too big to fit because it comes in tons and tons of weightage, and then it will consume a lot of energy. Imagine the power consuming. It will be unimaginable. Like last 2 days in my office, there was power shortage actually, but the server room was producing that much heat. No one could sit in that area actually. Server room has some direct power, but our area there was a power failure. But the amount of energy produced in that server room, we couldn't sit near that area itself. Then imagine how much energy it's consuming. And then it could be slow. It could be slow, right? I told you, right? Like the performance, the latency I told. So those things you need to face. And then how you take the tests and all, like how you make the test cases, those things will be the last challenge. So the last part is the myth one. This is the interesting one. Like you could study a lot of things, like you think, so this means this definition means this is how it's going to look. That's the myth. But let's see what it actually is in the industry. Let's see the first myth. We think it's deploying something is hard. Deploying something is not at all hard. How reliable? That's what I told in the first part of the session, right? Deploying something is very easy, but how reliable? That is important. It need to be reliable. Like you go and deploy it, doesn't matter. It's not going to finish. Like end of the day, how you maintain the data is working or not. So how reliable? That is very important. Once in the university, you finish the project. So that's what you think, like finishing the project is challenging. That's what you think, but that's not the thing. After you finish the project, once it goes to the industry, once it goes to the production, that's where it starts. That's where it starts to breathe your algorithms. Okay, you deploy 1 or 2 models. That's it. I go to sleep. That's what my entire semester I'm going to do. I just deployed 1 or 2 models. That's it. That's what we think, right? That's not the case. See the interesting fact. Booking.com, they have almost 150 models. Uber, they have thousands of models. Imagine models in sense like every behavior, every behavior. Like you're sitting like this, that's a behavior. Like there is an algorithm, it detects like how many persons are sitting like this. There is another algorithm, which records like how many persons having a phone and capturing it. There could be another model, like how many persons sitting like this. Like this, the same behavior, that's what called ML models. Each companies, each MNCs, each successful companies, I'm saying about successful companies. Booking.com has 150 models. Imagine, Uber has thousands of models. Okay, next. So what we think is we don't do anything. We just create the model. Let's say like second one, we said like we have a lot of models. We just go deploy the models. Like say, let's say maybe 200 models. 200 models I deployed. That's okay enough. That's not enough actually. Next. We need to perform and we need to monitor the performance. Let's say like I have 50 models. Let's say in my company I have 50 models. Okay, I just leave it. And then 2 months back, and then I come, I put my 2 months old data, that's going to crash. That's not going to work. The behavior change every day. Yesterday, last week, I read the news somewhere like the prices increase some this like, right? So every week, every month, every customer, their behavior changes. It's not going to be constant, right? That's the main thing we need to follow. Like you need to, how your performance, how your ML model is working. That's the key thing. So that's the lead from there actually. How we going to No need to update. That's the myth actually, but you need to update. Let's see how much versions we have. Etsy deployed at most 50 times per day. Imagine, previously we saw the booking.com and all and Uber, right? This is another company, Etsy, 50 times in a day they deploy. Every day, 50 models they deploy. Netflix, imagine every 17 minutes, they change their model. Every 17 minutes. You go do Netflix, how Netflix is working that much fast and efficient, and how they're guessing your interest, how they're guessing everything because of these models. Every 17 minutes, they refresh it. And then the Amazon, imagine 11.7 seconds, every 11.7 seconds, they refresh it. You go Amazon online, you will see the difference. You start using the product. After this session, put these things in your mind and then start using those products. You will find the difference. How best they serve. Just try to correlate and then start use the app. Then you will understand what I'm trying to say. And then there is Weibo's actually. There's one. This is actually one of the Chinese social media. They did some iteration cycles. I will show you that table. Next one. So they have a VLearn actually, their own learning platform. See this interesting fact. They did the first version. They accept 100 million parameters. Let me tell you what is parameters. Parameters could be anything. Parameters could be anything. What time you take the phone? That's one parameter. What is the first thing you do on the phone? That's another parameter. Okay. And then what is the first time? I mean, first thing like whom you call, what you do, what you eat, everything, all are parameters. So their system, the VLearn system, they accept, imagine 100 million parameters. Then imagine how they're going to predict it. Like they're taking all of your behaviors. I'm moving from here to there. Already I've given a lot of parameters. Like I came here IBS. Already the system, my phone knows that I'm here somewhere. So that's another parameter. Like that, they take almost 100 million parameters. They started with 10 models and then 50K query per second. Like every second, almost they run 50K queries. Imagine 50,000 queries. They started, this is the first version. They tried monthly once. They deployed this for monthly once. And then imagine the second version, third version, fourth version, fifth version. This is the latest version, they're live. See the development from here to there. 100 billion parameters they're accepting. 100 billion parameters. So imagine the efficiency. Like they're tracking everything. What you use, what you eat, everything. Whatever thing you do. You are the product. For them, human is the product. They take all the parameters. Almost 100 billion parameters they're taking. 190 models. They started with 10 models. Now currently fifth version is 190 models, and then see the queries. Almost a million queries. Imagine. And then every 10 minutes, this model will be deployed. Every 10 minutes, it's taking 100 billion parameters. Imagine. We need to be ready with that world. Might take hard to digest these things, but it's actually truth. So the last thing, this is the thing, the scalability I said, right? What we think is no need to worry about scalability. Like any company, go anywhere, you're worth enough, you don't care about the scalability. That's not the truth. Let's see the scalability by the headcount. See, just I am a freelancer. Let's see. The impact scalability is 6%. When you are working for 2 to 9 employees, then also 10% scalability is there. You work 20 employees, 9. So there is scalability is there across all the segments. Doesn't matter, like you can't ignore that scalability doesn't matter. Like I work in a bigger organization, then only it matters. When I work standalone, doesn't matter. Every scale, wherever you're sitting, scalability definitely matters. So this is an interesting thing. We think like now you learned everything. Let's say like end of the day, university graduate, you think like I can turn this world overnight. I know everything. I am certified with this, I'm certified with that. You think, imagine like I can turn this world upside down. But definitely you can turn this world upside down, but not overnight. That you need to forget. Overnight, it's not going to work. It's not a rocket science, but definitely to understand this, you need to spend certain time. Let's see this, how it works. So let's see here. First thing is getting developed model into production. So this axis you will see the years, and this axis you will see the percentage, how much percentage impact is not there. Like first you get developed that model, and then you see the impact. Like it will take maybe 90 days, something like that, and then later you go to the adopters early production. Like you can't say production, but early production somewhere 1 to 2 years, and then the mid stage where you adopt to the model, where you are a little bit comfortable, your algorithm is working. That's where you're 2 to 4 years, and then finally almost 4th to 5th year, that's where you will hit the top speed, like 80 to 100%. That's where your code, your algorithm will work 100%. So it's not going to work overnight. You can learn overnight, but putting it and being an expert in that, it will take at least 4 to 5 years. So with this, I think I'm done. So anything you guys want to ask, any questions? I think you understood everything or you didn't understand anything. At least a question, please.
I have a question, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Finally, a question.
Whether if we add more samples,
Yeah.
data poisoning could be reduced.
Yeah, actually, definitely we need to take the higher probability only. Like as much as data you input it, you can eliminate the data poisoning actually, because you will not know the data poisoning unless you have more data. Like the data in PNG will not capture so much data poisoning. Maybe data in India will capture more data poisoning, because you go to the election booth, you go to somewhere, you can't educate people, okay, sit like this, because they could be in different position at different things. They can do anything. Like we can't control the kids even in this country. Their behavior will be different. So as much as lot of sampling data, you will eliminate the data poisoning actually. Thank you. Anyone? If not, I will ask my colleague Subramani. Sorry, I forgot to introduce my colleagues. Sorry, they were actually waiting patiently with me. Subramani is working in Cognizant, Australia. Point the mouse there. So, yeah. Subramani, are you audible?
Hi, Ramesh. Yeah, thanks for introducing me. Hi all. It's good to see everybody in the hall for the AI and ML data science conference. And first of all, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever the persons is available, because we have a international conference running and people are joining in different locations, and so it's good to see everybody in the same conference hall. And we have the the industrial experience in the upcoming slides. I'll be representing most of the scenarios where how we are using the AI, artificial intelligence in our industry. So you will get more idea. And we have other colleagues. Ramesh, you would like to introduce other colleagues as well?
Yes. Miss Farita, she is also working for Cognizant, Chennai. And hi, Farita. Hi, thanks for joining. You're on mute, I think.
Yeah, thank you, Ramesh. So hello, everyone. I'm also working as a project manager in Cognizant Technology Solutions. I'm from India. So as Subramani said, we will have some of the slides where we will share some experience in the industry. We are into this artificial intelligence industry, right? So hopefully some of our messages will help you understanding how the AI looks like. Nice meeting you all, everyone.
Thank you, Parita. And then we have Nuruddin. He's from Hong Kong. He's also working in AI module. So you guys can ask a lot of questions to him also. Hi, Nuruddin. Hi.
Hi, Ramesh. Hi, everyone. Hi, good morning. Yeah, good afternoon and good evening. Yes. Yeah. Nice to see you all. So maybe we will have some real-time experiences I will share with you guys. Yeah, in the upcoming slides. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
And then we have Suresh Virasamy. We are bothering him. Actually, for him, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. He's in Scotland. Hi, Suresh.
Hi Ramesh. Hi, everyone. Have a good day. I'll be presenting some of the use cases wherever AI is used in the last of the session. Good to see all you guys. After a long time, I'm seeing a college environment and the students. Yeah, we will have a nice time.
Thanks, Suresh. Suresh is working for TCS, one of major concerns in Scotland. So I will leave it to
Nuruddin can take it. Nuruddin
Yeah.
can take it forward the next, and followed by other colleagues will take it. Ramesh.
Okay. Thanks, Subramani.
Okay, Nuruddin, and over to you. I think we can just share Nuruddin's slides.
Yes.
So I think we can show in the Zoom call with the slide.
Yes, you can share, or we are also sharing here in our screen also, Subramani here. So either way is okay. Are you able to see the screen here, our screen?
No, I think we need to rotate a little bit on the slide screen. Not right now. We don't see the slide screen. We are just seeing our
Just 2 minutes.
students.
2 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, now it is clear, very clear. So, Nuruddin, can you just take it forward? So we have the slides starting from Nuruddin, the first 21st. Go to 21st
Yes.
slide. 21st. 21st slide.
We are there.
Starting from 21.
21 only, Subramani.
No, you are in 22. Just one before.
This one? This one?
1 second. 21. Just move one step because his introduction, like Nuruddin
Yes.
and.
Yes, that's where we were there. This introduction.
I
Oh,
think it
really?
got hanged. It got hanged.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not seeing
Okay,
it
that's fine. I think it is fine. Nuruddin, can you just explain a debrief about yourself, your intro, and then your work experience, and start talking about some of the use cases which we are. I think I'm not sure whether Nuruddin
Maybe he's on
he's
mute.
facing some of the. Yeah, I think Farida, would you like to take it forward your side while Nuruddin is rejoining back?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yes, we can move on to Farida's slide, Ramesh.
Yes, just a minute.
Yeah.
Is it visible?
No.
In Zoom, no. Yeah, yes. Now it is visible. Farida?
Ramesh, yeah, I'll take over. So hello everyone. As I have introduced myself, I'm Farida Khan, working as a project manager in Cognizant Technology Solutions. So I have a good experience. I would say like 14, 15 years of experience in the data side, the data warehouse, data engineering, and the artificial intelligence. I have been working mostly on the life sciences background. So I would like to share a few concepts or a few examples of the life sciences healthcare projects, okay, which is using the life sciences, which is using the artificial intelligence area, okay. You are seeing this slide on the screen, right? So these are the different areas where the healthcare industry is using the AI. Okay, so these are different sectors of healthcare industry or life sciences industry, where we are using. See, everywhere we are heading into the automation, and all, right? So everywhere we are hearing like it should be easy to complete all our activities. It should be in an automatic way. There should not be much of the manual interventions anywhere. So that is what the world is heading into, right? And to accomplish that, we are talking everywhere about the data, isn't it? So the data is the major portion or the very essential thing which is needed to predict or find solution for anything. Okay, so in healthcare also we are collecting a lot of data. Be it your for a patient, we are collecting some data, right? Be it your symptoms, starting from your symptoms, your whatever medicines you were using, what is your ailments, what is your basic diseases, chronic diseases. So all these things they are tracking in a system which will help them identifying the solutions. Okay, so if a doctor has to prescribe a medicine, he or she has to understand what are the symptoms, right? So that is the basic data. In a very layman language, that is the initial point of your data in the healthcare industry, right? Beyond that, you have a lot of other details need to be covered part of the patient services. So if you see the diagnostics, so if you have to diagnose a disease, as I have told, like you need to understand the basic source data, right? Basic symptoms, basically, right? And also many of the places we will not be able to deploy the human people to do the diagnosis, because if you are having a lot of data and if you want to see everything, for example, I'll give a real-time example, right? The MRI scans. So you are taking a scan report and you are trying to diagnose a disease, or you are trying to interpret the report. It will be very difficult, isn't it? A human doctor cannot do multiple reports at one point of time. But during those scenarios, you can use AI systems, AI solutions, which can easily help you analyzing the data. Okay, so that can read multiple scan reports or the MRI reports. So those results, whatever the analysis was done by the AI solution, right? So that can be used for identifying the diseases. Okay, so it is playing major role in the diagnostics. And if you see the precision medicine, so we have to suggest a proper medicine, right? If the ailments is identified properly, the diagnosis is done properly, the next step is you have to suggest a medicine, right? So to suggest that, like we can use the precision medicine process, which is having a deeper algorithms. Okay, you can write multiple algorithms, like how what kind of diagnosis were resulted with these medicines. Like you would have done some trials in the clinical, right? So clinical trials would have happened, what kind of ailments they have cured initially, and how it is going to be used for the real-time patients. So those kind of deeper analysis and algorithms we can write through AI and ML. And as you know, like the robotic assisted surgeries, you would have heard about this, right? Instead of, like, even Ramesh also mentioned a point. if you do you want an AI surgeon to do the surgery or the human doctor, right? So the precision or the accuracy of the AI solution is going to be huge. It is very much, right? So mostly in some of the areas where the human intervention is very difficult to penetrate, the AI solutions or the AI surgeons are doing a better job. For example, if your blood vessels are ruptured somewhere, which is having a size of 0.3 millimeter. Okay, so for those scenarios and all, it will be very difficult for a human person to do the switches, right? But the AI solution, based on the algorithms, the AI surgeon can do that. So that's what we are talking about, the robot assisted surgeries. Okay, and some of the administrative workflows. So we all have crossed this COVID-19 pandemic, right? So during these scenarios, we were not able to meet in person. Like we were not able to meet the doctors. We were not able to consult with the physicians and all, right? So during those scenarios, this kind of a virtual assistance, virtual health assistance and the administrative workflows, having robots as a front-end solution. So some robots were picking up, receiving the patients, and they were like getting all the initial details from the patients, and they were giving some initial prescriptions. And some of the time, like you can even use the NLP, which is natural language processing, right? Where you can just use your voice message. Based on that messages, you can find out a solution also. Like you can predict a solution, you can prescribe some solutions also for them, right? So those things are part of the AI healthcare industry. So hope you have some idea about how the AI is leveraged in the healthcare industry, right? If you have any questions on this, please feel free to go ahead. Okay, so moving on to the next concept of this. So as I have mentioned, healthcare industry has a lot of data. So we need to structure or organize this data in a proper way, right? Getting all this data in an unstructured format, and if we are not able to store it somewhere properly, if we are not effectively utilizing that data for our analysis, then it is of no use to collect all those information, right? For example, we are trying to identify a prescription or a solution for an ailment. You have like 100 patients are already going to that ailment, and you did all the trials, or you have prescribed some medicines, and it had cured like 99% of the patients got cured because of that. Then you may need to use the same solution for the next patient also, right? If the symptoms and if the records are same. So for that, you need to know all 100 patients' history into your system. Then only you will be able to understand, and you will be able to prescribe some new solution. Correct. So for that, this data mining is nothing but collecting all the data whichever is possible and putting into a consolidated way. Okay. So if you see the process flow, the first step, it includes like 5 or 6 steps on this data mining. Okay. The first step is going to be, if you are going to do a project on data mining, first you need to understand the business goal with that data mining or the data collection, what you are going to achieve. What is a business goal? So that we need to list first. So that is your first step of the data mining. And the second step will be understand the sources. What are all the places you're going to get those data? Right? It can be from different vendors. It can be from different sources, right? It can be from the files from the patients. The patients may use some portals, and you can use those clicks and all. So you need to identify what are all the data sources are available, and that is your second step. You will target the data, what you are going to do. And then the pre-processing. Pre-processing is, you are talking about different data sources, right? So different data sources can have different formats. For example, one patient may give some details about his ailment, and the other patient can give the other data set, right? It cannot be in a proper format, what you are looking for. If you want to load the data into a table, it should be in a proper format, right? If it is not, then you need to do all the cleansings and you have to group them. So the grouping is nothing but your ETL process. That's what we call it as extract, transformation, and loading, right? I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this terminologies, but this is the basic of your data warehouse. Okay, so the extract, transformation, loading process you will do, and you will transform the data how you want to see that. Okay, how you would like to see that, right? So that is your third step. And then fourth step is going to be the analysis. You prepared your data, all your data is ready. Now you have to analyze it, whether it is falling under all my requirement. So the analysis is the next part. So doing all these things, the transformation data is done. Then the major portion of the data mining, right? You will have to review that data. See, as I have told, if you have all the information in one place, and if you are not going to use that, if you are not using that for the historical analysis or future prediction, right, then it is of no use. So the next point will be reviewing of data. And then finally, you will have to create reports. See, some of the business analysts, or for your business, there will be a business analyst who need to understand the business, right? How it is going on. For example, you run an industry, and the owners should understand how the industry progressing is, right? How the performance is, how what is the revenue, what is the expenses, and all, right? So all these things you need to put in a dashboard, which is kind of a report, right? So you can use the BI solutions for that, and that will be kind of reports. So that's where you will get all your knowledge. The interpretation of patterns, the repeated patterns, you need to collect all these things using your AI and ML, and you need to report it. That's what is the knowledge. So this is kind of a basic process of data mining. You can go to the next slide, please. So here are some of the challenges what we have part of this data mining, and and the data collection, and how we are mitigating it. What are the benefits after doing this data mining? So you will not have the quality data from all the places. It's not going to be with the proper format. And there will be always a possibility of human errors. The manual errors are possible, right? We cannot say like one person is doing the same activity for 2-3 months, and he or she will be 100% accurate in her activities, right? So that we cannot assure at all, because the human error is possible. That we can avoid. The redundancy of the data, if we have multiple sources having the same data set, we need to clean up that, right? If we have if the same patient information we are collecting multiple times, we cannot consider him as a different patient every time, right? So that data grouping or the data redundancy can be removed. And the security and privacy concerns, some people may have some security concerns, right? Some privacy concerns. They would not like to share the data sets, right? Their inputs. So those kind of challenges can be mitigated after you do this data mining. So very critical information alone you will collect, not mentioning about the personal information. So you can get all these things sorted out, and it can be used for your AI solutions. Is it fine if you guys have any questions on this? Feel free to ask.
Thank you, Farida. Yeah, it was really a good industrial experience on a healthcare industry. So it really helps for the entire students, whoever is listening on this one. So thanks a lot, Farida, once again for the detailed one. And yeah, I think Noor has come back. Nooruddin. Hi, Nooruddin. Nooruddin, you are on mute. Can you unmute it?
Meanwhile, can I take Deepan?
Yeah, yes, Suresh. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay,
I think
thank you.
Ramesh, we can share Suresh's slide then.
Yes.
Hi everyone, myself Suresh. I am working as a project manager for TCS. I have 13 plus years of IT experience. I worked in various, I worked for various clients in telecom and insurance domains. So I'll talk about some of the use cases. We are talking about a lot of machine learning algorithms, how it is getting processed internally, how it is producing the outputs, how it is consuming the source data. Those things we have discussed for now, but we need to know where it is getting used in the real-time industries. Okay, how it is getting how it is getting implemented, in what are the various industries currently using artificial intelligence, for what purpose. Those things we will talk about slightly. Most of the things whatever we are using in day-to-day life today, those are in the backend. It is powered by artificial intelligence, right from our Google search. It might be a kind of voice search, Alexa, or kind of Cortana for Microsoft. All those things in the backend, it is powered by artificial intelligence. Okay, in this slide, you can see some of the terms wherever artificial intelligence is used. The first one is the manufacturing some of the robots. So you guys all know what is robots, right? So robots can perform a task without the help of a human. Okay, it can automatically sense the surroundings and take some decisions, and then it will perform some actions. Some examples are industrial robots, where it is processing the products automatically. And for our day-to-day life, if you guys have ever used automated cleaner, like vacuum cleaner and all, it is powered by AI only. So it will automatically sense the room size and the obstacles, and it will skip the obstacles, and it will clean the, it will have some kind of cleaning pattern. So all those things defined inside the machine itself. Okay. And another example is self-driving cars. So have you guys heard about self-driving cars? Any example? I don't know whether I can hear the voice back.
Not in PNG.
Not in PNG. Okay. So maybe not now, but after some years, you guys will see all the self-driving cars running in your roads. So one of the man who is known by the world is producing all most advanced self-driving cars. So you guys know about Tesla companies, right? So in US and some of the European countries, already self-driving cars on road. Okay, so how these self-driving cars are functioning? Like in the car, there will be a lot of sensor which is monitoring the surroundings and taking the input in terms of maybe a image input, or else kind of other parameters, weather or some other parameters. It will be received by the sensors. All these inputs will be fed into a AI-powered program, which in turn controls all the controls of the car, right from steering, clutch, brake, accelerator, and also it is deciding when to apply the brake, when to turn, how to avoid an accident, how to stop. All those things, all those decisions are powered by the artificial intelligence modeled inside the program. Okay, so and smart assistants. So as I said earlier, so we all use Google Voice, right? Voice search. So when you ask something, it is responding with some answers. For example, Apple Siri or Microsoft Cortana and Amazon Alexa. So all those things processing our voice and converting into a text, and the text will be searched inside a artificial intelligence program, and the outcome of the search will be again converted into voice, and it is responding to you. Okay, there will be an n number of processes in the backend that will be happening between your question and then the answer from the system. Okay, the other one, healthcare management. Lot of surgeries these days happening through artificial intelligence powered robots. Okay, healthcare is one of the industry where it is getting a lot of benefits of artificial intelligence. Okay, The next one, automated financial investing. This is one interesting topic. All you guys knows about stocks, right? At least you guys would have heard about stock marketing, fund investment, all those things. So what this program will do, artificial intelligence program will do, it will continuously monitor the stocks price over the day, not only day, time to time, and also it will monitor the news about those stocks in various websites. So all these information will be fed into the system. Based on the information, program will decide when to sell a stock or when to buy a stock, or else how the funds will be managed in a fund system. All those decisions will be made autonomously by automated programs, okay? Which gives much better outcomes compared to the conventional human intervened investment systems, okay? And then virtual travel booking agents. All you guys know about booking.com. When you go and give your input, it automatically books the ticket and provides the ticket to your email IDs. And also there are systems where you can make a call, voice call, and then it will get input through some of the questionnaires, and then it will automatically book the ticket, and then it will send you the ticket's copy, okay? And then social media monitoring. I hope you guys know about all the social media like Facebook, Twitter, or what else social media you guys will be using in PNG? Same. Okay. So I can see some of the guys are still using social media. They are much interested in getting the news, I believe. Okay. So all the industries have a social media page. Not only we as an individual have a social media account, all the industries you can see there will be a social media page, there will be a Twitter page, or else an Instagram page. Why they are creating all these pages? They want to collect the information from their customers. Whenever they release a product or a service, they will be advertising in the social media. And the customers, when we get a positive or negative feedback about the product, we will be going and saying some comments, right? So all this information will be collected by a extracting program. That means there will be extraction tools that will take out the data from social media, and then it will process. It will do a word analytics. It will do a sentimental analytics. And then based on that, it will give some output to the business users for taking some decisions, okay? So whenever you type some comment in Facebook or Twitter, make sure that you provide the information which can benefited for the AI powered programs, okay? And then marketing chatbots. So whenever you go to some websites, you can see some pop-up coming. How can I help you, like that? So all those pop-ups are marketing chatbots only, where you can interact, where you can say about your ask, what you need from that particular website, or what do you need from that particular industry. Some sort of questions you will be typing, right? So multiple users will type the same question in multiple ways. So the beauty of AI is it is understanding what the ask, and it will respond to that particular question in a optimized way. What will be the best answer that can be given? Okay. So these are all some of the examples. Let's see in industry based how it is getting used quickly. So some of the use cases for telecom industries. First one is the virtual assistants. So whenever you have some problem in your mobile or connections or network, you will be calling to the contact center, and then you will be raising the complaints, right? And also you will be, if you want to activate some plan, you will be contacting a contact center, and you will be saying so and so plan needs to be activated. So all those things were happening manually earlier. So nowadays IVR based systems has come, which is operated either by giving the options as an input from your keypad, or else from your voice itself, it will understand the questions and then it will automatically move to the next stage to activate a plan or register a complaint, all those things. And fraud detection. So telecom industry is one of the industry where a lot of fraudulent activity can happen, either by misusing the network or else misusing some of the informations. So all these fraudulent activities can be detected by artificial intelligence programs. It will give an alert whenever there is a fraud activities are happening. And then predictive analytics. Okay, so there are prediction like sales prediction. Whenever there is a product released in the market, they need to know, business needs to know what will be the future sales, what can happen based on the past experience. Okay, so for sales predicting, we can use AI, and also churn prediction. So if customers are leaving from the organization, in the sense, it is called churn. So based on the customer complaints or else the other factors, if there is a poor network performance in one area, obviously people will leave from that particular network, right? So all these things will be continuously monitored, and then churn prediction will be analyzed. Based on the churn prediction, that area will be concentrated more. There might be a network strengthening will happen based on the complaint pattern, where the complaints are getting raised, in which area complaints are getting raised, whether it is in the sales area or else in the network area. All those things will be analyzed, and then corrective measures will be taken. Okay. Then client sentiment analysis. So based on the positive or negative sentiment of the client for a particular product or service, it will provide a outcome that can be used to either enhance or else corrective the some of the measures in the industry. Okay. And then robotic process automation in telecom. There are workforce management where there is a when there is a kind of a new connection is required, then if it is a kind of prepaid or postpaid mobile connection, it can be automatically activated. If it is a landline connection, there will be a lot of workforce management will be involved. So in that area also, we will be using the artificial intelligence. Okay. Can you go to the next slide? Okay, so all you guys are aware about social entertainment media, right? Online entertainment media, or Netflix, Amazon Prime, all those things. There also we are using artificial intelligence. The first one is the content personalization. Whenever you open the Netflix, it will show all the videos or serials which is most liked by you based on your past searches and viewing patterns. Okay, and then metadata tagging. So whenever you search some sort of video, some sort of stories, some sort of journals, so automatically you will be receiving that kind of videos in the front, right? So how it is happening? There is a process called metadata tagging, which means that based on the scenes and based on the objects in the scenes, it will create some sort of metadata and then tag to that particular video. So whenever you are searching something, then the search will hit that metadata and then it will produce the video in your screen. Okay, and then decision automation. So decision automation is nothing but for the business to take some decisions. There are number of performance reports will be extracted. That reports can be generated with the help of artificial intelligence powered programs. Okay, then subtitle creation. This thing everyone knows. Whenever you see a movie, there are subtitles coming in the down, right? So these subtitles are automatically created by using the audio from video, and then the audio will be converted into text, and the text will be converted into the subtitle for the scenes. Okay, and then search optimization. So it's again the same search. Whenever you search for a movie or search for a particular keyword, the relevant movies will come in the front. It will be optimized based on your click. If you are clicking certain videos for a certain keyword, then that will be given more weightage. And when the other person searches with the same pattern, that particular video will be coming in the front, in the top of the list. Okay, these are some of the examples how artificial intelligence used in the media industry. And also for the defense, there are a lot of areas where the artificial intelligence is used. For the first area is surveillance. You all know about the video surveillance, right? So there will be a number of CCTVs installed in the border. It will continuously monitor the border for any kind of activities, for any kind of enemy entry or else any kind of abnormal activities. It will be monitored, And if it finds anything like that, then it will be giving an alert that will be used to check whether it is an enemy or else it's a kind of any other border crossing activities are happening. All those things will be surveillanced with the help of AI programs. Okay, and then logistics, all the defense logistics are handled with the help of AI programs. Then cybersecurity should be very tight for defense. There should not be any kind of external people can hack. So that should be prevented. So artificial programs will keep monitoring the traffics. If it is coming from some unknown sources or someone is trying to enter the network without authorization, then it will be blocking that access, and also it will generate a alert. Okay, and then autonomous vehicles. Yeah, so we do have like unmanned aircrafts or unmanned vessels which used to hit the target with some missiles. So all these things powered with the help of AI programs. Okay, then autonomous weapon systems. You guys all know, right? There are number of missiles which can be triggered from one location to hit the target in another location. So how it is going, what path it has to take, how to find the target, in what speed and what velocity it has to reach. All these things internally handled by the AI programs. Okay. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah. Retail. So in retail also, our AI plays an important role. The first one is the smart assistants. Again, when you go to Amazon and if you search for something, then your favorite products will be appearing in the top. How it is happening based on the previous searches, based on the previous clicks, what other people are used for the particular keyword. Okay, and then the pricing should be optimized. It should not be low, it should not be high, it should be optimized so that the company can benefit and the customer also can be benefited. So for pricing a product based on the previous sales, it will be giving the optimized price value. Then improved advertisements. So in what media or what kind of advertisements gives more outcome, all those things can be measured with the help of AI programs. Then personalization. So whenever you log into Amazon, based on your previous buy or previous searches, personalized products will be shown in the page. Okay, so all these things happening with the help of some of the AI programs in the background, which keep getting the input from the users, and then it is based on the users, it is creating a self-learning model, and that self-learning model will give an output. Okay, that because of that you will be seeing the products which are more relevant to you in the page. Okay, so these are some of the examples for the retail industries. Okay, I think I covered everything. You guys have any queries, or you guys have any examples you come across where the AI is used in the real time? Nope. Okay, thanks everyone for giving me this opportunity. Best of luck in your career. So I want to see you guys in various places, various industries in the future. Okay, thanks everyone.
Thanks, Suresh.
Ramesh, we have Nuruddin is back. I think he is ready. We can start Nuruddin's slide.
Yes.
Yeah, Nuruddin, over to you, Nuruddin.
Thanks, Subbu. Thanks, Ramesh. Hi again, everyone.
Hi.
I think, guys, how I think you got some idea about the artificial intelligence. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, let me. I'm not able to see my slide. Can Ramesh?
Yes, coming.
Yeah.
Okay now?
Yeah, it's okay. Yes, looking. So everyone, yeah. So let me brief about myself. I'm Nuruddin from Hong Kong, and currently working with Zurich Insurance, Hong Kong. I've been into IT industry since 15+ years. in development, in the software development for different domains like, advertisement kind of media, as well as project management applications, sometimes e-commerce applications, sometimes healthcare domain. I worked in retail and banking, and currently working in the insurance industry. Okay, so if you guys know, right, everybody know that nowadays the development of the software is going on web. So everything is on cloud. Okay, so everybody know that wherever the demand is coming from the software development, or if somebody want to showcase their business to the real world, they want to showcase their business or to get the benefit of, with software development. So basically everybody need the marketing. Am I audible?
Yes, Nurdin.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
Noor.
you. Yeah, so everybody, right? So whenever the software development demand comes nowadays, we are building the web development, and when somebody an organization want to build a software which is on web, and they want to expose, and they want everybody to be visualized on the real world. So whenever if somebody is searching to the relevant content, right? Let's say current talking about the insurance, if somebody is searching for the insurance, so if I want to buy a policy, so why to my customer website should only come first on the Google search or any other search. So that's where the artificial intelligence helps in that way as well. So in order to showcase the business to the people, or exposing to people. So if somebody is searching something, have you heard about the search engine optimization? Anybody? SEO? Anybody knows that SEO? What is SEO? Okay, let me tell that. The search engine optimization is nothing but the techniques where we post different things, different content on our website. So there the content should also be searchable, and it should be Google or with different search engine. It should be searchable faster, and the app on the portal, the web portal should be shown to the public. So to bring the search, to bring the website or web portal searchable on the top ranking, that's where the SEO helps. One of the demand for the SEO is the content. Okay.
Nuruddin, sorry to interrupt. You want to move on to the next slide, because the slide is still showing your brief. Is it the correct one?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can inform Ramesh so that he can move the slides accordingly.
Yeah, thank you, Subbu. Yeah. So sorry. So this is the slide I have. Okay, we have only just for to show how artificial intelligence works. So as like other explained that the content, right? So we need content to do the AI. Basically, data. Content is nothing but the data. As Ramesh and Farida, they explained about the data. So basically, artificial intelligence need the data. So we need to basically collect the data, process it, and visualize. And once we do this all exploration with the help of AI tools or algorithms, we need to clean it. So one of the major demand for AI, I mean the content, basically the content marketing is the demand, and that's where the AI, artificial intelligence, helps. So the role of artificial intelligence, in the content marketing is growing a lot. So that is the real-time example I wanted to share with you guys. So with the help of some special algorithm of artificial intelligence, we implemented the process where we collect the data from different sources. Either it can be social media posts, it can be from the post or white paper, it can be from the case studies, it can be from the different infographic website. So we collect the data, and then there are some special algorithm apply to process the data. And once we, process, that's where, and then AI helps to showcase the business to the users. And finally, we clean up the data. So that's what the demand for, to showcase the business to the end user. That's why we implemented the AI. Another, way AI helps for, from it way in different ways, like the sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis is nothing but when you're talking, okay, when we are talking or we are posting something, okay, so we were posting or we are writing in some blogs with the so it is nothing but to guess from the content about the opinion. So to monitor, analyze the people emotions and opinion in different types of text. So read it from different sources and apply some AI algorithm on it and post the search, which is likely what user want. So that is what is one of the implementation we did for in terms of the sentiment analysis. So this is how in 2 ways the real-time example I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask. I will not take more time. So, and if you want, you can write email to us.
Thanks, Nuruddin.
Thanks, Ramesh.
Yeah.
Thank you also.
Thank you.
Best of
Thank you so much,
all of you.
Nuruddin. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hi everyone, and this is my name is Subramanian Tangavel, and I am part of project manager and taking care in the CTS Cognizant Technology Solutions in Australia, where I have been involving a lot of technologies and a lot of projects in different domain environment. Like we have seen data science and artificial intelligence involved in different domains and different environment that we have exposure by Ramesh, Farida, Suresh, and Nuruddin. Like we have seen different domains like in e-commerce and healthcare industry, including in insurance industry. And I would like to give some industrial and live example which we are taking care in our insurance industry. So I'll just start with my first slide where how we are just handling on the insurance industry. So before we move on to the data pipeline, in the revolutionary of AI, I would like to provide some of the a simple example in our insurance industry. Like most of you are aware of the claim process where we submit our claim to get the reimbursement or even to get any of the cashless process. Like during our claim process, usually before AI into our industry, we used to submit our claim through our even online submission, and we submit the hard copy of our receipt to the respective provider, our insurance industry. Like handling the claim process, it's very huge, and it takes a lot of manual effort and the human efforts on this process. So to avoid this kind of efforts, we have introduced our data science and artificial intelligence into our work industry. It will actually reduce our manual effort, and it will reduce our cost of the actual project, where we know the process, and it will automate the entire end-to-end process. Effective after implementing the AI into our claim claim process, users' job is just to submit their claim in a portal or somewhere else. Okay, after as soon as they submit the claim, our automated process in a data science and the AI, it will take care of end-to-end process. It will receive, it will read the claim, and read the attachment of the document or even any of the PDF or Word document, and it will recognize the claim process, and then it will just move on to the respective claim department to process the claim. In the claim, it might be a success scenario, or sometimes the claim may reject. So based on the scenarios, based on the receipt or the claim details. So how we are just going to implement, like let's talk about the data pipeline in our AI industry. Like we have the ingestion part. Ingestion part is the front line where we receive the document through a email or mailbox or even a fax or MFD or any of the inbound process. So in this scenario, like the slide like represents, we have the cloud storage or even a database, IoT, or different file upload. Any of them, we extract the claim process, we extract the document from this ingestion area, and then we process further. Like in the data engineering, we will have a different tools or different technologies used in the data engineering to extract or to identify the different process to be processed in our area. So let's say we have received the claim, and in the claim email, in the email it has the PDF content. Like we need to identify and recognize the PDF attachment which has the actual claim amount. So in some scenarios, we also use the tools to different tools. Maybe in the market we have the license tool like a AB or a Pentagon or different tools to recognize a claim process to extract the PDF content. So after that, here is the actual artificial intelligence plays into the role. After extracting, then we are just sending into the analysis area. In analysis area, we have different categories available in the analysis. So after processing of this analysis, data engineering part, analysis will take care of to process, complete the claim process. Whether it like a claim can be successfully placed or reimbursed to the insurer, or it has to resend for the another verification and documentations. So that's where the AI and machine learning plays into the picture. And after this one, and we do have the analytics and reporting, where this is also like Ramesh explained and other colleagues also explained, like how the reporting and analytics plays into different areas, like in healthcare or even in armed forces or in a military industry. So where it helps really, it helps to identify where the industry needs more focus to improve our business. And finally, we have the data science and the data applications to identify and provide the report to the our industry expert to improve our business. So these are all the just brief about how the AI and data science helps in our claim process in our insurance industry. So any questions before we move on to the next slide? Okay, so moving on to the next one, this is another part, different environment and different industry where the AI is being used and consumed to improve our business. So I don't want to go through like each and every one by considering our time, and like I can just pick some of the industry, like we have the e-business and digital marketing, and we also have the digital leadership and digital transformations, which involves more AI to be more efficient work to be completed. So we just provided some of the examples in the industry. So like would you like to go through if any of the industry to be explained? Like maybe by just looking at the picture you can understand, and it will have the clear picture of these presentations. So I think from that side, apart from the claim process, we also have the telecom industry, where we have the different building cycle and the different reports involved or telecom industry. In the insurance industry, apart from the claim process, we also have the other process where we have the general and life insurance, where a user can take the specific policy, and before we just manually go through the policies to approve or accept the policies, we use our artificial intelligence to go through to avoid our manual effort and manual interventions. So by this slide, like we just covered like how this AI is useful in our insurance industry and the different environment which we are using in digital revolutionary part. So so just from my side, like that's all from our end. Like I would like to check if you have any other questions to be discussed, to be clarified in our side. So we can just have some time to discuss various questions or any clarification to be discussed. So Ramesh, I think from this, like we have covered most of our industrial expertise, and they have shared all the knowledges and work experience. So I would like to thank our entire students and all the very best for the future work and future goals. So best of luck, guys. Thank you so much for your valuable time.
Thanks,
Yeah,
thanks,
Ramesh,
Subramani. Thanks, Nuruddin.
Yeah.
Thanks, Parita. Thanks, Suresh. Thanks, all.
Thank you.
I think that's all. Any questions for us before they sign off? Anything?
I have a small question.
Yes, sir, please.
Can you explain what kind of prerequisites or pre-course that the student have to take to enter into this sector?
To answer you, honest answer is, I feel they need to have the interest. First point, they need to be really interested in that. Like that's what we were explaining. Like they need to be proud of this course. Like this is the topmost thing. I feel like from my experience, this is the most highest paid in the industry. That's the hard truth. Actually, like it could be surprising for every one of us. It's the highest paid in the industry. Google, lot of staffs, lot of employees paid high level. But to answer you, I mean, very low level, first thing is need to have basic interest, like have that energy to run behind that course. And then probably some sort of like computer skills, definitely it needed. Like they can do some certification course, that should be enough. Should be okay. Anything, any other questions? Yeah.
Well, I've read three terms that I read that I want you to clarify if they're synonymous or not. The first one is artificial intelligence. The second one is data science. And the last one is machine learning. Are they synonymous or what's the difference?
Definitely there is difference, but all are most closely related. That's where there is one pyramid I showed you, right? Remember?
Yeah.
There is a pyramid, right? Where you see the first level is the data collection, where in the industries, where you see the data, everywhere data. You see here, this is a piece of data. This is a piece of data. How it goes into the system, that is the lastmost level in the pyramid. There you process it, you build the ETL solution, how you load into the system, that's where the ETL comes in. On top of that, that's where your machine learning comes. After you loading the data, machine learning, there's two parts. To understand the machine. So to go back further, I will tell you one more thing. Machine learning and data science, nothing new. Actually, good question is this. It's nothing new. It is there even during the Stone Age. It's there since the Stone Age. Because imagine a thing, there is a lion. Let's see a lion, there is a lion in the forest. It knows the data science. It knows what time I need to go to the river. I can catch the animal. The same impala knows what time I shouldn't go to the river so that I'll be in trouble. So there, even in the Stone Age, when the earth was formed, there is a data science there. Like how data science is nothing but how you interpret the data. Data engineering is nothing but it's a machine. Machine doesn't know anything, right? It just compiles the data, put it in the system, put it in the paper. That's it. Data science and artificial intelligence are more closely related, where you make a decision. Okay, data science is something related to human, artificial intelligence related to the machine. You program a machine to do certain things. That's what Suresh explained in the slide. You remember, a lot of industries where AI is being infused, right? Where you see something like this camera is moving around. There are some automatic camera, right? Where it senses the motion and it just revolves. That's AI. Data science is something more than that, where someone sitting there and it's been alerted by the AI program saying, Ramesh, something wrong in this area. Just go and address it. That's where the AI orders the person, and then the data science person who's sitting there, he interprets the data. He interprets it. Is it a valid alert or it's a system bug? That's where the data scientist matters, like where you make a key decision. Hope I answered you. Okay, I think that's all. I want to just wind up this session, just saying a small incident I read in today's news, some sort of thing. Like, why do you know, we know the forest, right? The lion is something like sort of a special animal, right? You go to the jungle, lion is the king of the jungle. You know what makes a lion so special? Anyone can answer? This question is not from technical, it's out of technical. What makes lion so special?
Confident.
Lion is not the fastest animal. Okay. Lion is not the largest cat. Okay. Lion bite is not the strongest bite. Hyenas has the strongest bite. Cheetah runs fastest. And the tiger is the strongest cat and the biggest cat. But still, lion is so special and it is the king of the jungle. Do you know why? Because of the pride. Because of the pride. Just be proud of your pride. Okay. Doesn't matter your college or the community or the country or you go to work. Just be proud of your pride. That's it. That's what I want to just conclude this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ramesh and the team, Mr. Subramani and Farita, Nuruddin, Mr. Suresh, all of them. Thank you for giving the valuable time and also your keynote to our students' welfare. Thank you so much. Now I call upon Ms. Sujita for the vote of thanks.
So good afternoon, everyone. And it gives me immense pleasure to give the vote of thanks for this event. Really, this event was very useful for our students as well as for the teachers here. So I would like to thank our management, our founder, our chairman, our vice chancellor, and our beloved HOS, Mr. Jobin sir, and the staff members and the students of School of IT and from different schools. And my special thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Ramesh Chinraj, Ms. Farita Khan, Mr. Suresh Veerasamy, Mr. Nuruddin Mohammed Aslam, and Mr. Subramanian Thangavil for sparing their valuable time in by sharing a knowledge in artificial intelligence and machine learning. So I think we just learned few things about, because the future is completely of AI and machine learning. This is just a seed. Definitely the seed will grow into a tree, I believe. So once again, I thank each and everyone present here. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you all, the entire team here.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.